2 games left. I guess we'll save your game for last. Next up, we will transition here to Atlanta at Arizona. All sorts of interesting pieces here. We've got guys coming, guys going. Nobody knows what the hell's going on. So we'll start at quarterback. 6th best matchup for who I have listed as Kyler Murray. I think he's been declared the starter. 7th best matchup for Taylor Heineke, who has been declared the starter. I have Murray, I imagine, as a top 8 option. I have Heineke probably in the middle of the QB2 range. I definitely think Murray's a scary start this week, but I think in this matchup, had it been a bad matchup, I prefer to sit him a week. But in this matchup, I think I'm just going to go right back to it. It is amazing how many crappy players I had to drop this week because I drafted an insane amount of Kyler Murray and had him on my IR. And I don't know why, because I don't like Kyler when he's healthy. I think he just fell so far that I just said, fuck it. And now I have a lot of super flex teams where I'm like, I have 2 great quarterbacks, and now it's like, fuck, I got Kyler Murray coming back. How about that? So, what are your thoughts here? Mid-range QB1 for Kyler, mid-range QB2 for Heineke, something like that?
I'm pushing Kyler down to mid-range QB2 until we see it. Like I'm just worried about the rushing. Like that's my concern with him. Like I want to see it week 1, like we do with a lot of these guys, but particularly like the rushing doesn't come back right away. So like I'm expecting just kind of like a game for him. So like I would like to see it moving forward. I'm basically benching Kyler everywhere I have him if I have decent quarterback play. I'll play him if I'm really getting into like the Heineke zone. Like I'll just play Murray at that point. But like he's QB 15 for me. So yeah, like I'm a little hesitant with Murray this week.
I would also like to note that StreamYard lied to me.
What did it say?
It says create a marker, use B. I just tried to clip that for us. Markers allow you to mark key moments while you're live, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it did nothing. I hit B, it did nothing. Hit B, see if it does anything for you.
I did it earlier. So
did it do anything?
We were talking about Taysom Hill. I hit B. When I clicked the screen, it showed it, and then it showed up again. It said marker created 51:39.
Where are you seeing the marker created?
Above the graphic you have, like right in the middle of the screen. So like you click the screen.
Oh, I see it. Okay, that's nice. So it did work. Awesome. So I'm going to, I marked what you said there about Kyler being a QB2, mid-range QB2. You should cut that one in TikTok for us. I've seen I have the time to clip them into mini shows and repost them on YouTube. You're much better and much more efficient at doing it in a timely way for TikTok.
It's nice when I can create markers so I don't have to go back and watch the whole damn show.
I know. That's why when I logged in on my other account for my kid and it said, we are introducing markers. And I said, ooh, that's interesting. I'm like, this could really help us, instead of having to go back and watch. Because even I like to put the little quote tweets out with like a player graphic and then whatever said this. It's so much easier than having to go back and listen to the whole podcast. I don't want to listen to myself for an hour. We should speed up, though. I've been dragging fucking on.
Well, yeah, it's nice for timestamps on YouTube, too. Like you can just
moving on to running back. 7th worst matchup for the Cardinals. Want no part of Ingram, want no part of DeMarcado. They're both being dropped. I'd love to wait 1 week on Connor. Bad matchup. Not sure of his health. If you have to start him, he's probably an RB2 for me. Bijan scary as fuck. I'm still starting him as a top 12, probably a 12, a low-end RB1, high-end RB2. Tyler Algier has flex-worthy appeal. I'm going Bijan and then probably Connor and then Algier after. But I'd like to not start Connor or Algier. And I'd really like it if Bijan was like I have a league where Bijan is my flex. Excuse me, where Bijan and Gibbs are my 2 flexes, and I don't have to rely on them at all. And that's the lovely situation where if the 2 of them both have a bomb week, great. If they both suck, oh well, they're in my flex. So I don't really want those as my RB1 and RB2 because Arthur Smith is retarded. Thoughts?
Yeah, fuck Arthur Smith. I'll just say it right now. It's been a disaster. But yeah, like I'm Bijan and Connor are very similar. They're RB2s for me. I just much trust what Bijan, which sounds insane to say, but it's just Connor coming off the injury. You don't know how it's going to work out necessarily. But Bijan's like my RB14. Connor is going to slot into like right behind him at RB15 if he's healthy and goes. Like that's how I'm going to treat it. He'll see the volume. DeMarcado's dealing with the injury. Like I just don't trust anybody on the other side of the field. And yeah, like Algier, he needs touchdowns. So no thank you. I
have Bijan at 11. I have Connor unranked, but that's because when I did my rankings or my projections, Connor's still not officially listed as in, but oh no, I do. I have him at 43, but that's why he's lower. Do you want to get into the receivers here quickly? Just discuss them. Give me 30 seconds here.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Hollywood Brown all day, every day with Kyler Murray. Like this is the thing. You go from what's his name, Clayton Tune to Kyler Murray. It's a massive upgrade in supporting options. With him last year, without DeAndre Hopkins, this duo, he was wide receiver 6, like on a per game basis. Like this is all day, every day Hollywood. This is what we're waiting for. You're firing him up everywhere. I'm not sure where I have him in my rankings. I want to say he's a solid wide receiver 2, but I need to double check before I speak out of my mouth and talk out my ass with that. So yeah. On the flip side, it's Drake London, baby. Like Drake London, as long as he's healthy, this is the key with him, and he's dealing with the groin. I'm going to be confident starting Drake London. So let me pull these up and make sure I have Hollywood Brown. Where you at?
I had a baby. I have to go pick up the babysitter after this so that she can get my kid off the bus and watch him till I get home. And she called in the middle of the show. So I'm like, not good. But
I feel like this is not what I want to hear yet.
It's the 11th best matchup for Drake London. It's the 19th best matchup for – that's the game we're on, right? Okay, yeah. For the Cardinals, I don't think I want to start either of them all that high. I think I'm wide receiver 2 range for Hollywood and London. I think I prefer Hollywood, especially if Murray's back. I'm not sure if you agreed with that or not. Like I said,
that's what I said. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I just I'm worried about London because of his groin injury. Like he didn't practice yesterday, so need to make sure he's practicing playing, and then it'll change how I feel about him. But yeah, I'm really not starting any other wide receivers like in this game. Like sure you can go with Rondale or Michael Wilson on that side of the ball, but just no thanks. Like I don't want to do it. They are like wide receiver 50 plus for me, so no thanks to any other wide receivers. It's just those 2 guys.
I don't mind stashing in Dynasty Michael Wilson.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't even know. Can I name another Falcons receiver? They had so many that are gone, and that did they have Scotty Miller there at one point? They have Kaderil Hodge.
Oh, there's
someone. Did they get Van Jefferson? Like I don't. There's a whole lot of the other receivers besides Drake London. Oh, I don't have you could tell I wasn't looking at my own graphic. It says Van Jefferson, but you can tell how bad the receivers are. I put Cordero Patterson on the graphic over a third receiver, but there's a lot of guys. If it's like, are they in Atlanta now, or where are they? But
no, thank you.
Tight end, we have the 7th worst matchup for Kyle Pitts. He's probably still a low end 1. Probably high-end, mid-range 2 for Jonnu. That's a scary situation, but I can play them both. Trey McBride gets a much better matchup this week. It's a top 12 matchup. Don't mind firing him up. I am torn. I think I'm still starting Pitts over McBride, but you could definitely convince me that McBride is the way to go. Having said that, I have McBride at 10 and Pitts at 12. So I am starting in my projections McBride over Pitts, and McBride may actually move up a few spots here to 8 or 9 in the event now that I have Kyler Murray. Because like I said, my original run of projections didn't have Kyler on the board.
Yeah, but with Kyler, like I'm definitely going on the McBride side. Like as fun as Pitts is, like I need to see something, dude. It's so awful. Like it's the best tight end situation, but they're splitting it, and it's just not good for a single guy. So we saw last week Jonno's 60-yard house call. But yeah, I much prefer McBride to Pitts this week and moving forward. Like McBride's just gonna be higher in my rankings, which sucks for Kyle Pitts, but that is what it is at this point. It's just frustrating.
Yeah. It's this whole offense kind of really scares me. But moving on to kicker, 7th best matchup for Koo hasn't been great. Playing him anyways. Prater, 13th best matchup, also hasn't been great. If you need to stream one, he's not the worst option. He's not the best option. He's just there. 8th and 9th best matchups for the DSTs. These are 2 more of the theme of there's worse options out there, but it's going to be scary as shit. If you have to start either of these, you can. I don't really want to risk it. Having said that, I think I will be downgrading heavily the Falcons, and I prefer to start the Cardinals because when I did these rankings, the Cardinals had not announced that Kyler could be back. I'm going to look at my rankings now to see where I have them. Arizona. Actually, I still have the Falcons way out of it. I have the Falcons at 22, and I have the Cardinals at 17. Going to move the Cardinals up a couple of slots. I don't mind streaming the Cardinals. I don't love it. I prefer to avoid the Falcons with Kyler Murray back anyways.
I'm right there with you. Like I want no part of these defenses, to tell you the truth. Like they terrify me. So like I feel like I gotta find somebody better on the waiver wire than these two. Like I guess you can go with it, but like the Cardinals just aren't good. Like that's my biggest concern with them. So like I have a hard time always starting these, bad defenses. So I'm just gonna pass them both of them if I can.
Agreed.